Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Dinosaurs Will Die Holce. This board features flat camber. That's right, it's neither negative or positive, it's just flat, which means it's going to ride like a broken in snowboard. So all the snap, pop, load, drive, and press ability, it's going to feel like a board you've been on 100 days. This board's available in 154, 157, and 160. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a day that had a mix of gray overcast skies with horrible flat light to pockets of blue where you could see everything. There was some dust on crust, chopped chunder, perfect corduroy, even found a little leftover POW off the side of the run, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. The overall flex of this board comes in just past middle of the road, but it's not stiff. It just feels like a well broken in park board that was a little beefier that's kind of broken in. You do have a nice sweet spot out by the contact points. It's not big, but it's nice. You can really press into it, and then it's just a consistent flex throughout. The torsional give is there. The big thing to note with this board is that it is smooth yet responsive. This is a board that'll cut through chop and chunder and not buck you, but it doesn't lose any of that liveliness that you want when you're popping or pressing when you're playing around. Basically, this board is stable and stiff where it counts, but still approachable where you absolutely need it. For being a board that has flat camber to it, it actually has snap. You don't have to load it up, you just sort of roll back and it springs and you're gonna be able to pop. The more you put in, the more you're gonna get out of this board. So if you come in hot and you really just wanna boost off a roller, you're going to, but you come in laid back and you wanna snap, it's gonna let you do that. When it comes to jumps, it's got more than enough spring to keep you satiated. If you let the lip throw you, fine. You'll load it up just a little as you're coming off, you're gonna boost a little bit more. Basically, if you know what you're doing, this board rides great. This board butters and jibs very well. While you do have that smaller sweet spot in the nose and the tail, when you press into it, it really lets you leverage your weight and accentuate the bend of the board, but still gives you that spring to pop out of whatever butter variation you are in. And jibbing, this is what it's known for. It locks into a nose or tail press, it holds to the end of the feature, and it springs out. When you go sideways, it really cradles around and you just feel securely locked in. This board, just fun for buttering and jibbing. This board is very fluid edge to edge and graceful. You notice how it rolls in and rolls out with subtle nuance. You don't have to be aggressive with it to change the direction of your carve. And that torsional flex, when you really lay it over, drive your knee into the center, it lets you work this board and lay it over if you absolutely have to. Short, tight, quick carves and medium, mellow carves are really its strong suit, but when you want to get deep and aggressive, you can, which is nice because sometimes in the park you want to lay a trench. Overall, it's a board that can carve without feeling like you're having to put a lot of effort in and you're not fighting that full camber because it's flat, so it doesn't have that reactivity to it, which just lets you be more subtle and nuanced. So who's this board for? Someone that wants to pay homage to Jeff Holce, the athlete. And riding this at Copper at the Athlete's Mountain, I felt like an athlete. I was very athletic with this board. I did athletic things. Maybe you're not an athletic person, but you could be with this board because this board is just well balanced and lets you do everything you need. I can see myself riding this board every day. It's well balanced, it's got a good flex pattern to it, it's snappy where you need, it's damp and yet responsive. Overall, it's just a good board for cruising around, doing what you need to do to get done. It's not mind-blowing in any one respect, but it's just consistent. Comparable boards, the Ride Shadow Band, the Solomon Huck Knife, the Yes Typo. Binding recommendations, the Bent Metal Action, the Rome Vice, the Ride C6. This has been my review of the Dinosaurs Will Die Holce. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.